Good afternoon. I am Tracy Spence with your newscast. This newscast is brought to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, a key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. And Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m., on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. Now for the news in details. Jamaica's Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang, has lashed out at groups whom he has described as constantly finding a problem with proposed solutions to the country's high rate of crime and violence. Without naming any human rights and civil society groups in a statement yesterday condemning the death of 27-year-old police constable Kemar Francis, the security minister highlighted in bold what he described as conflicting signals from various stakeholders. He said they must demonstrate on their posture that they do not tolerate or prioritize the lives of criminals over the safety and security of citizens, including the security forces. Francis, who was attached to the Hunts Bay Police in St. Andrews South Division, died early Saturday morning from injuries he received during a gun attack last Friday in Maxfield, St. Andrew, as he patrolled the area with a team of cops. The police report that the team came under attack as they entered Pretoria Road in the community. The Caribbean Examination Council, CXC, has not committed to having a review of all the grades which were awarded this year, despite mounting concerns across the region, including Jamaica, regarding inconsistencies of the results. At the same time, the regional examination body has suggested that the reports of discrepancies regarding the grades are greatly exaggerated, dismissing suggestions that there were anomalies in relation to the grades of regional students. Speaking at a press conference on Friday, Chief Executive Officer of CXC, Dr. Wayne Wesley, advised that reviews will only be done in cases where the individuals submit complaints or requests for reviews. He said the CXC had received no formal complaints from students up to the time of the press conference. But despite CXC's stance on the integrity of the grades, students across the region have raised their voices, hitting out against the results, which have been described in some quarters as shocking. Meanwhile, Keith Duncan, chairman of Jamaica's Economic Program Oversight Committee, EPOC, says the government is on track to meet the quantitative performance targets for its economic reform program for the end of June 2020 based on the preliminary numbers. The Holness administration had adjusted its budget and fiscal targets after the virus was detected in Jamaica. At the latest EPOC briefing on Friday, Duncan said inflows to the Treasury were nearly $10 billion above budget at $161.7 billion, largely due to higher than projected tax revenues. The Jamaican government, GOJ, collected $143.9 billion in taxes, which was 7.5% more than it expected. Expenditures at $212.7 billion exceeded the inflows, leading to a fiscal deficit of $50.9 billion. However, Duncan said the deficit was smaller than expected. The government had estimated that the gap between what it earned and what it spent as of June would have been around $59.6 billion. The government's two largest expenditures are compensation for public sector workers and its debt servicing obligations. In sports, it is now confirmed that the Jamaica Open Golf Championships will be held from December 12 to 15 at the Trial Course in Hanover. Jamaica Golf Association JGA President Peter Chin has secured major sponsorship for the 54-hole tournament. The Jamaica Open is the oldest golf event in the English-speaking Caribbean. The 52nd staging of the tournament was in doubt as the JGA was having problems in obtaining sponsorship due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite getting the sponsorship, there is still doubt as it relates to the staging of the tournament, as according to Chin, as 70% of the players are from overseas, a scenario which may present more challenges. And that is it for the news. This newscast came to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. And Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m., on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. On behalf of the news and production team, I am Tracy Spence. Do have a good afternoon.